Hello everyone, I welcome you all for today's session. We'll be covering one of the important concepts of linear convolution using MATLAB. Okay, so before starting the MATLAB, let us understand the linear convolution with the help of simple example. Okay, we'll consider x value as 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm considering the x value. Then I am considering the h value is a system function, that is 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So what is a linear convolution? If you understand with the help of block diagram representation, so this is a system response h of n is given an input x of n. We are going to get an output of y of n. This is equal to h of n. Convolution is given by multiplication symbol there, x of n. Okay, so this is the final representation what we have. Now let us understand how we get these particular values with the help of a matrix method. Okay, so here let us represent that in terms of a matrix. Here, so we are considering x in the vertically downward direction, and let us take h in the horizontal direction. X is 1, 2, 3, 4. H is 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So we have to multiply it. As you know that convolution. Okay. Convolution is a multiplication. So 1 into 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Because everything multiplied by 1 into 4, 4, 1 into 3, 3, 1 into 2, 2, 1 into 1, 1. 2 4s are 8, 2 3s are 6, 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2. Next 3, 3 4s are 12, 3 3s are 9, 3 2s are 6, 3 1s are 3. Next 4, 4 4s are 16, 4 3s are 12, 4 2s are 8, 4 1s are 4. So we have got the matrix form. Let us see the result. We will get the result in the form of a diagonal. Make a diagonal, elements there. Okay. Now let us write the final result, y of n. What is the first value? 4. Next, it is having two values, we have to add. So 8 plus 3, 11. 12 plus 6, 18. 18 plus 2, 20. Next 16 plus 9, 25. 25 plus 4, 29. 29 plus 1, 30. Next 12 plus 6, 18 plus 2, 20. 8 plus 3, 11. Next value is 4. So this is the final value of a y. Now if you observe, what is the length of this one? So n1 is equal to 4. n2 is equal to 4. n2 is equal to 4. Okay, now this is n. n is what? n1 plus n2 minus 1. So here it is 4 plus 4 minus 1, which is nothing but 7. So n is having 7 values. Observe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So n, y of n is, the length is 7. Now let us represent. We'll write the MATLAB code first and then represent that with the help of a waveform. Okay. Math code. Okay. Now let us write the math code there. X is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I am writing h value in a certain space there. We will come to know y. Next 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I have written the h. Okay. Now final result y is equal to, we have a keyword called as CONV, convolution, as a keyword. Then h comma x, h comma x. So this 3 line will get me the answer of this particular y extended. So we get the final value of the convolution. Okay, but we want to see the result on a window in a MATLAB. We have certain steps to be followed there. Now let us see what is the length of x1. So let us take this n1 as length, L-E-N-G-T, as length of x, n2 length of h. Okay, now what is the final length? N is n1 plus n2 minus 1 there. So we got the length of 1. So all the lengths we have just got it. Now in order to display the waveform, we already seen that we have one of the important keyword in a MATLAB. How do we get the result? Okay, now it depends. We want all 3 waveforms. If I want x value 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is x. Same way. H if you want 4, 3, 2, 1. So it is 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the final result here? Y. So it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Because whatever the length is there starts from index 0, so it will be n minus 1 there. For y, it starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is the length what you have got it there? 7. So 7, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Totally 7. So what is the value what we are going to get? Here, the value what we are going to get is 4, next 11, next 20, next 30, at 4 here it is 20, at 5 here it is 11, at 6 here it is 4. So this is the result what it has to be displayed in a MATLAB window. Now since we have 3 figures, we know that we have a keyword called as subplot. Subplot represented by, now it is in 3 rows. I will take it as 3 rows, 1 column, figure 1 for x. Then I will plot this as stem. Okay, before plotting the stem or before going for the subplot, now since 3 figures are there, we have to plot the graph. Now we have to take 3 index what we have there. So index for k1, okay, is 0, colon, 1, colon, n1 minus 1, k2, 0, colon, 1, colon, n2 minus 1, k is for 0, colon, 1, colon, n minus 1. So these are for respective index there. X here, xk1 I will write it for easy to understand. These are index for x, index for h, index for y, yk. Now let us represent that in terms of waveforms. 3 figures, subplot, 3 rows, 1 figure, figure number 1. So this is figure number 1. That's why it is 1. So it is stem x k1 comma x, xk1 index value comma for x. Okay, this is the representation. Now here we want title, you can add title x representation within a single quotation. Okay, clear? Same method we have to do it for another two graphs. Let us write it here. Subplot 3 rows, 1 column, figure 2 for y, stem h k2 comma h, title h representation, h representation. Okay, similarly subplot 3 comma 1 comma 3 for y representation there, stem yk comma y, title y representation. Okay, so these are the lines what is required in a MATLAB program to see the result of the linear convolution.
I welcome you all for the practical session of the linear convolution problem there. First, we have to open the MATLAB software. Now, in the current directory, you can observe here, last class we have done a DFT problem, so which is already available there. Now we want to do the linear convolution problem with the help of MATLAB. Now let us write the program in an editor window. For that purpose, click on this, right click, go to the new, click on the blank file, then type the file name there, that is linear convolution, linear convolution. Okay, linear convolution. I'm using the name. Now you can open this particular M file there. So what happens here? Once you open the M file, we can easily observe the editor window. What we are going to get, a new window gets opened. Okay. So this is the editor window of a MATLAB. Now let us write the MATLAB program there. So a good way of writing the program is starting with the comment there. Okay. So comment starts with the help of a percentage symbol. mat code for linear convolution. Okay, let's write the formula. Y of n equals h of n multiplied with x of n. Okay, this is the formula what we have there. Now let us write the x value and y value. So x is equal to, we are considering the value as 1, 2, 3, 4 as we are discussed in the theoretical class. Then let us find the length of x. So we use the name as n1 is equal to length of x to find the length of x there. Next, k1, x k1 to have the index value 0 colon 1 colon n1 minus 1. Now these three lines are for respective x value there. Similarly, we have to go for the h value, that is the system response. H is equal to, write the h value 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now length of h, that is, let us take it as n2, that is length, length of h. So nt gives me the value of h there. So h k2 is equal to 0 colon 1 colon n2 minus 1 for representation of a second signal, that is h of n. As we know that y is equal to conv, convolution. That is a keyword in the MATLAB. H comma x or x comma h, anyway we can write. So all the keywords should be written in small case there, as MATLAB is a case sensitive. Now let us find the length of y also. So for representing that, I am considering n, capital N is equal to length of y. Now let us find the index value. K is equal to, so as we have written there, y of k is equal to 0 colon increment of 1 colon n minus 1. Okay, so if you observe this, we have written for respective position, as in theoretical I have just written in the random fashion there. Okay, now so these three signals, we have got the value there. Now let us represent that with the help of a graph. As we know, we need a 3 graph. We'll use subplot, and here, sorry, capital S we have written, small k subplot, 3 rows 1 column, figure 1 for x representation. So stem, so it is xk1 comma x. Next, title title in a single quotation, x representation, x representation. Okay, now same thing we have to do it for all the other two there. I have just copied it, so you can take it as 3 subplot, 3 rows 1 column, figure 2, and here instead of x I am taking it as h, so it is h representation. Same way for y also, subplot, let us write it once again, subplot yk comma y value for represent, sorry, subplot is number 3 comma 1 comma 3, 3 rows 1 column, figure number 3, stem is yk comma y for displaying the result, that is a x-axis and y-axis. So title for the final result is y representation in a single quote. Okay, so in this way we have to write the program in the editor window, save the file, because already we have written the file with the name as linear convolution. You can observe it here. Okay, so after saving, click on the execution. There is a green symbol here, arrow mark, run. So if you have any errors, we'll be getting an error information there. Okay, if you don't have any errors, we'll get the result as it is. Now let us see what is the result, what we have got there. Okay, if you observe here, we are getting an error. That's why the result was not shown. What is the error? Okay, for h we have used hk1, we have repeated it. So let us change it. As we have seen that we have got an error there at line number 21. So if you observe, we have given the same name hk1, but there is no hk1. What you have defined, it is hk2. So we'll change the name to hk2 there and save it, because whatever the words are there, we have to use the same things. Save and run. So if there is no error, we'll get the result. Now we can observe that we have got the final result of the linear convolution program there. So here x representation, x is having 1, 2, 3, 4, h representation 4, 3, 2, 1, and final result, you can observe that at 0 we have something 4 value, then we have at 1 it is 11, 20, 30. So this is the MATLAB result for the linear convolution. I hope you like this video. Subscribe to my channel, click on the bell icon for further notification. Thank you.